Than whatsoever. So very different mentality here from Sentinels on their composition.
It has to be aggressive map control. Okay, that will work for an opener.
See you later.
Just a cheeky opening headshot. Shazam was also threatening mid-map. Still more coming Dapper's direction, though. Ten's looking to assist, but Dapper may not need the assistance if we're being completely honest. No, he doesn't. It's 3 straight kills for him. Last player mid-map is Zach. Nothing to happen there, and only dropping 1 is Sentinels on their opening pistol defense.
Like, he obviously could play, you know, Duelist. He could pick up a Raze. He could pick up some of those other types of agents, but, you know, he also could pick up a Sage. He could pick up a Sky or something like that. So I'm interested to see now that he gets to play a controller, more kind of fragging in the mid to late round. And Sick was already a very consistent fragger that may really help him, you know, take even step further.
How about this, though? AKRW is noted for doing this a lot during stage 1. They're going to force buy into the second round to meet the SMG battlefield evenly.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting gut check call, but they've got the economy to do it. So we'll see if they can find any value making this kind of bold move. And again, this is something they did all throughout stage 1 qualifiers, almost every single map that they were on the offensive side. So definitely a moniker we can probably assume is going to continue to be the case on their run, however long it lasts.
And they just try to blast in here to B. This time Dapper misses the Headhunter. Able to get away, though. Tens drops in with the Spectre, finds first blood, and almost caught the Sage there up top of her wall. Takes her down to very low HP, might force out the self-heal. As Sentinels is disrupting this plant well, but Hovney able to get a frag there. Zachary pitches in also, splitting in from Mailroom, and this is getting a little bit spicy. This Shazam left with Tens.
Wow. The interesting thing about this for AKRW is this is the exact same execute they put together last round. It's just this time they're able to get forward with the barrier orb, stay alive. I think most importantly out of Dapper's opening peak. And then the SMG battle on the low ground just kind of is evenly traded for a time. So Shazam, 1v3. That's stuck in the back of the site. That's good for the opener. Trains out the SMG, gets a headshot, but can't finish the kill. It's Zach who has the last word, and AKRW have tied us at 1. Yeah. And this is the thing that I think we really need to keep our eye on is, like, yeah, these aggressive looks for Sentinels. When you've got the ability to kind of get yourself out of dodge by ways of things like tailwinds and boom bots and such, are they going to continue to just want to take these gunfights? And so far, the answer is yes. Good response, though. AKRW able to turn this into a 4v4. Healing Orb on Giovanni will get him back to fighting condition. And we kind of just reset, and it looks like they want to try to maybe set something up around Zach's position over here through A main.
Yeah, interesting to see what Sentinels can try to muster up in this situation. You know what? I am a little surprised it's not Kampeki playing the Chamber. He was playing a lot of that in the past. Fair. And Dapper has a history of playing at least a little bit of Sage. So that's one thing that kind of sticks out to me as we kind of learn more and more about this composition, as we are going to see AKRW barreling through Mailroom into B heaven. Obviously, B left wide open. Sentinels with the gamble stack, unfortunately not paying off for them positionally. At least they have an even 4-on-4, and they're able to get over here. Still have, you know, time to start getting ready before the spike gets planted.
Dapper actually hasn't even fully rotated yet. He's still thinking there might be a long A lurk. Not the case. And as he's aware of that, he'll start to make his play forward. But who is going to open up this retake attempt? Because at the moment, you've got your Shazam, as I say, he doesn't have a dash. Playing from the low ground. There's smokes to kind of cover backside B main. Point of contact mid-map, but Neon will take the advantage to AKRW even further. And honestly, for Sentinels, are we just looking for rights at this point? The fault line's coming out. Here's the next recontest. Neon's just doing it all himself.
Yeah, one away there and back calls gets...
Yeah. Oh, boy. How about that, though?
Dapper got rolled
Flash
over.
forward, double little blast pack in, and yeah, Pancakes.
Man's got tread marks on his forehead after that.
Yeah. Now for Sentinels. Working back through this. You got to deal with the high ground first and foremost, which is able to at least take one with him, making life that much more difficult for Sentinels. Boombot is just patrolling this back alley. Try to see if maybe you can sneak it underneath the wall or something of the nature. Paint shells held. That'll come through. More stalling of this retake attempt. Tens was on, but can't really do much of the position. And yeah, there's just so much utility being thrown back to screens. Sentinels, really nothing you could do from this point, especially with an operator in the hands of Shazam. So you back away, try to save this, and it looks like there will be no contest of these weapons.
Yeah, everyone just kind of fading into the background, keeping these weapons carried over. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think having some flashes, having some way to re-engage would definitely be a good addition to this composition. But, you know, again, maybe they're just kind of feeling the waters out. I mean, they're liking how double duos is treating in practice and trying to get it going. But Neon, and catch Dapper looking to get aggressive there on B lobby. Again, a broken buy from Sentinels, just those two saved weapons. And Pecky will also go down to Gucci at middle, I believe that was.
Yeah, it was. And that's the thing is, like, if we're going to continue to try to abuse these opening angles, and a crew is aware of that, they're very strategically taking these fights when they want to. Like, it's very calculated in their approach as far as this opening 45 seconds or so. Good information here into tens. Paint shells not quite reaching the corner that I think those intended to. But doesn't stop Pancakes. Tens? Oh, gosh. Takes himself out, so job done if you're Pancakes, I suppose.
Not the worst conclusion, considering how awkward that was for Tens. Yeah. Just didn't expect the space to be closed that quickly. Sick trying to fight back. It's going to get traded, though, by Jova. So now it's on Shazam 1 versus 3 with this operator. Knows there could be one mailroom. He'd be right. But does not get the click off on Zachary, who finds it instead. And that's now 4 in a row for a crew. Definitely one of their better maps. With
the questions that Jackie's not letting us ask, being from Sentinels, is not coming out in their favor, largely speaking. It's another 3 stack towards mid. This time Shazam gets the opener, but Pancakes, yeah, I was going to say, you need to hold this up, I think, for a little while longer and give yourself a look, and Pecky will stop any further action by barrier orb.
We're able to get the opening pick and get this wall reinforced out middle, really kind of getting rid of that mid threat, and Pecky now plays up close with Judge, so if they try to come through a gap, they're going to get crushed. Dapper playing a little bit more passively this time towards A side. Will catch that Rant's pressure, and Shazam will now swing on it from A heaven side. Double mailroom defense here from Sentinels as well. And so they're pretty well positioned for anything that a crew throws their way. But Shazam takes a duel, gets caught.
Rolling Thunder will get the real estate needed towards A. Neural Theft also going to be called in, but Dapper's good for the opener. Just to try to stall this as long as humanly possible. Giovanni, the next line of defense, technically towards this A attack. And he's going to have to do a lot more than this, and Dapper's just a touch better at the moment. Gucci has collected the spike and hits the from the shadows. This will at least secure a plant, but a difficult 1v3 nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely going to be tough to clutch this one out. Does at least have full HP. Does have a weapon in hand. Might find a 1v1 here against Sick, but we'll lose that battle, and that will be a second round for Sentinels, and a big round from Dapper because, you know, I do feel that one of the big criticisms for Sentinels outside of maybe like the leadership structure and the coaching and all that was a bit of Dapper's fragging kind of going a bit amiss.
Plays now the chamber compared to Kanpeki on the Sage, where, you know, we've in the past seen the opposite, so I don't know. We're learning. We're all learning together. This time, Sentinels taking a much more passive approach to this defense. A little bit of force shown through B main, but largely a crew is fine giving that up as they're looking to hit a 5-man stack for at least some presence towards A, where this is exactly the POV we would want. Shazam with the scope is the first point of defensive contact here.
Yep.
Further forward is Dapper, who could be a part of this, and very well may need to, because the trademarks defending A tower may not be enough.
And they tried to come flying through the cage with the satchels. Dapper forced out. Shazam unable to hit the mark, so they will just have to set up for a retake now. At least they are going to have that 5-on-5 option. Shazam does have ult. He wants to get close quarters with the knives as well to help this retake along, but holds on to it for now. Just looking to snipe. Let his rifles go forward. Paint shells taking out the back side area, but Elbow still being held by 3 players from the crew with 1 under heaven.
Yeah, and they still have Zach, who's playing A ramps, by the way, with a lot of safety around him, so he is like the worst case get out of jail free card of this post plant setup for a crew. Gotta go if you're Sentinels. Neon actually gets first blood with an operator. Pancake still holding the corner. We'll see more. He gets the double, looking for number 3, but it's taken away from him. And Shazam will only find 1 kill on the retake attempt, and a crew
don't have anything. Like, you have to rely on paint shells. That's it. And then you just have to kind of walk in there and hope that you can trade frag. and they just get caught up by crossfires and superior utility from a crew.